the road to redemption truly does start here. It's time to dive into Nuke.
Surely no way, says the analyst desk. Falcons fully predicted to win this one. A Passion UA that honestly kind of keeps Nuke in their back pocket. And when we look at the other side in Falcons, they've only lost this map twice the entire second season of the year. Both of those map losses versus Furia.
There's not a real good place to go, but this might be on the lower end of spots to go versus Falcons. Passion UA need to get something going. This is not an easy 0-1 draw. I don't see a way out for them in this game, but let's see if they can prove us wrong.
Yeah, I like the way Freya put it. You know, JT's eyes tell you going up against Falcons. He knows it's going to be a tough end to the day. But just because it's tough doesn't mean it's a foregone conclusion. PUA sit inside of the lobby. And with TSS in main, they're waiting for somebody to strike. There's that moment. Little squeaky contest. Passion don't pop off the back of that. We go down to a minute here. Now remember, this is a pistol with no kit for Falcons. So a retake could be made more difficult. Secret player connects to TSS. Now he's feeling squeezed from both sides. And they're going to try to flash him into the corner, but he maintains vision. Nico and TSS with clean headshots.
They drop with one,
Response back from Grim. Bomb tries to dive over. That's going to get clipped on the cross. And it's going to be Nyx to try to push his luck up into the two players here on ramp. If he can clear this, that'll open the door for Grim to grab the bomb. But Kicksand's trade is clean.
That's the wrong guy. He thought that was the guy that was low, maybe. Grim, good luck with this. 30 seconds. What can he do?
Single door catches him off guard, and that's going to be majority alive Falcons. Two very clean kills, right? Felt like 2 bullets, one from TSS, one from Nico. Instant 5v3. Sure, you scramble the defense downstairs, but they've got 2 guys in ramp room ready to sit back and hold.
That was really cursed. What in the world was that? Yeah, I think they also flashed themselves coming out of Squeaky. Pretty sure TSS dodged it when they peeked in, and then they
dodged twice.
And their flash landed on them. Can't have any mistakes right now for Passion. I mean, that's the most that we can say for them. Like, they're going to pull an upset together. Like, Passion have always been a team, when they were Complexity or otherwise, they can play up to really strong teams. They just couldn't take the wins, or they let it get really close. But it always showed promise. But since putting on the new jerseys, they haven't even put up those impressive sort of best-of-1 victories or best-of-3 victories. They took down Mongols at, but that's with Control as and at Rivals, so not even their best form.
That is like the one moment that they can look to, though. I think on Nuke particularly, that was a 13-11 victory. Like you said, asterisk of a new piece on Mongols, and a Mongols that we've seen isn't quite the same. Ooh, good damage back from the pistols here. That's pressure downstairs.
Yeah, Kyosuke will have to take speed here just to get downstairs, and there's players everywhere.
Sits outside of the control panel. Ooh, that's the bomb. And still no flood into the bomb site just yet. This is low health as well for Passion UA. Not comfortable in this moment. Still looking for a bomb plant, looking for some damage. Bomb just goes flying into the back of the site and gets away with it.
Yeah, no nade to land back there either, so they're going to sit and wait for their chance to fight back.
Kyosuke finishes off JT. He's taking damage in the process, but it's still, when you look at the bottom of the screen, a very comfortable spot for Falcons without a kit even. That's fine. Plenty of time to get this going. Halzer gonna finish off what was started. 42 health for him to work in a 1v3 with a scout. And they're already starting to sprint down into the site. Beautiful second kill. Halzer trying to track up close, just can't. And TSS will find an upgrade for that MP9 once the bomb's fully defused. So Falcons, they'll get that second round. They'll convert their pistol, but at quite a cost. That's a 2-0 start with only 2 players left alive.
Yeah, it's always promising you get around that close. So it's not a bad start here for Passion with the bomb plan and the kills. And the great shots will get Halzer online is sort of what we want to see as well, and that seems to be in place. Nice couple of scout frags. It'll be Kvem on a scout this round. T-side looking for ideas. Kyosuke is solo with the M4 right now. It's a deep smoke. Honestly, though, fast rotation to him. I'm trying to, I think, draw some attention in his direction.
That's Navi setting up their peripherals, folks. Kyosuke, easy as far as he's concerned, especially with Monacy working by your side. Clean little 4K over towards the ramp to a pop. They'll share the love for Passion UA and Kvem Scout.
I'm looking for something to get me started, you know, to get me excited about the potential for a chance for Passion to pull this off, just with, you know, like how powerful Falcons are right now. I mean, even though they lost their first, this is an 0-1 matchup because Falcons lost their game, but it was just such an honest loss to Bait that we saw how powerful Bait were last stage. Falcons took an early exit at Austin, well, through the exact same way, losing to Bait on the same map, obviously with a new lineup.
Just quickly.
But we know the only problem with Falcons is pressure.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I have a hard time believing they're feeling that pressure in this matchup right now.
Yeah. They would versus Bait in an opener. You know, it's the same place they were in Austin. It was the same map. They still died to Alex. You know, and Bait can look at that past experience in Austin and think, yeah, we can do this again. Passion don't have that kind of mental block to lean back on. So pressure onto the upper floor in an attempt to take it over. And there's nothing here. Nothing whatsoever for Passion UA. Halzerk sent back to the drawing board solo. This round damn near done at a minute 35. So about 20 seconds of gun round action for Passion to offer us anything. And by anything, they get some damage on Nico and Monacy.
Yeah, they got the X's scattered across the map. There's basically no way in. Everything shut down. 5 alive. It's exactly as you'd expect for a start for Falcons. But you know what? Maybe the outcome is going to be the same no matter how many times you run this through a simulator. But what we want to see from Passion is that they can make it close and then they can surprise us and that they can stand out in some way. Nice. That's what they'll be going for right now.
We should define that one moment that we can believe in for Passion.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same moment that they can believe in.
Yep. No, we'll all be in together.
For better or for worse. Just a question as to if it ever happens. And I'm not trying to be bleak. I'm not trying to be dismissive. Is this just Falcons up versus a Passion that is trying to overwhelm an A-site that looks rock solid versus guns, let alone versus these upgraded pistols?
Such a nice way to dodge the flash. They're covering everything, body blocking the vent. That's a total shutdown once again.
Tiptoe it towards the trophy room.
Again, if not for pressure, Falcons would have multiple trophies already this season.
Kyosuke, I mean, with headshots like that, you know he's online. It's a good place for him to be in as well. He's kind of had some easier tests. That A-site stood up to the gun rounds, but anytime they've come towards ramp, he's also just putting bodies on the floor as quick as he can.
Goes to show you how impressive Bait were in their
it really does.
First game. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's an early shot, guys.
Can't bring that up at the major.
Early shot.
It's been 4 years.
Also, I was mistaken. I thought they were here chanting Navi, but that was a Torji chant, Launders.
Okay.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
It's just the first time I've heard a crowd cheer for him, and it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Hometown hero takes to the stage after this one. You speak of Bait. They'll be taking a swing at Mao's next. That's what they've earned.
Yeah, that'll be a great match as well.
Here in the 0-1 pool. Falcons 0-1.
There's very few teams that can get into playoffs right now that would make it not stacked. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like there's
100%.
It's tight. It's a lot of good teams have got through. Very few upset rosters have actually made it all the way through. I mean, Imperial or one of them, and they won their opening game.
You know, it feels like every major bracket's always got 1 or 2 at max slots for unexpected teams. You know, we're no longer in Paris. We haven't had huge anomalies since. You know, Shanghai had Liquid. That was a good boon for them. Austin had Pain, who are, again, trying to swing it a second time. Copenhagen had Navi.
Yep.
It was actually Aurora, but Navi going on to win.
No, they were the most unlikely team, actually, in playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The odds said.
Oh, never believe the odds then. We can take that from the Copenhagen run of Navi and hopefully apply it here to Passion UA. Right now, odds looking more and more skewed to the Falcons' favor every round of play. Down with guns to the 4 versus 5 yet again. We go 3 players strong for Falcons on the ramp. You know, at a certain point, I think Falcons are going to be so comfortable and so confident that they're going to start running risks. And so far, we haven't seen a reason to believe that Passion will survive those aggressive Falcons moves either.
Falcons kind of just acting out of boredom here. They had 5v4 already. They had a good map already. They went for the double ramp push, and they had a player behind them. They catch Nyx and instantly smoke Squeaky, and there's no outside control besides JT. So
out of boredom is such a rough way to phrase that, but it's so true. They just can go for it.
Okay, we'll make a move if you aren't.
Why not? And so, as this commitment comes into the A bomb site, Kicksand tucked in behind the vents, got players to distract Passion. Yet again, one frag is all Passion are going to find themselves. Halzerk popped right thereafter. Zonic likes what he's seeing. Not wanting to be down in this 0-1 pool, but the best way out of it is with this convincing of a victory.
Yeah.
Is that Sonic's smile?
I know, right? For a smile here. After a rough first map.
6-round streak will do that for you. And it's not just a 6-round streak of, you know, close affairs, but this is a 6-0 streak with no pulse from Passion just yet.
No, nothing interesting happening. Shutdowns on the upper site.
Yeah. Official partners odds make sense. You've been glued to the screen for the last 6 rounds, and yet again, Passion coming into this one with just upgraded pistols. You know, if Falcons start to make moves out of boredom, as you framed it, there's a world where they open a door to make a mistake, and that could be where Passion find a round if they do. Like this moment here with Nyx behind the vent. Kicksand sliding away is actually just going to end him as he comes out with that Tech 9 primed for the element of surprise, and now Nico,
beautiful.
This is perfection. Monacy's going to die out over towards the ramp. Nico, though, is going to cut off one.
Well, the bomb actually went forward.
Yeah, trying to take a little challenge at him. They're going to get this pinch onto Kvem. Oh, he's in such a tough spot. And that is bomb dropped at the feet of Nico. Not somebody you want standing on something you need. Grim taking a look upstairs, and then Outer could have just caught Kicksand, but at 45 seconds, it's going to be a long journey for Passion to get that bomb and then get it down to a site.
Kicksand could go top silo right now if you want to. They have a flank and secret, excuse me.
Flank comes out, flash comes out, and Nico puts an end to Halzerk. So that AK grabbed by Grim. We'll see what he does with it. Oh, he tries to give himself his best chance possible. Nico turns from a flash, snaps the crosshair back into the garage, and kills Grim, still 7 rounds deep, and Passion without a round win.
It's just something so unsettling about watching a game go exactly as you would expect. You almost always want to come into it and be surprised, and especially with the way the veto went and how comfortable we knew Falcons were. It's nothing to show us that this is like an extra special moment here for Passion.
Especially after 2 stages of a major that had so many twists and turns.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing with stage 3 at majors. You know, we enter stage 1 and 2, we don't expect all the upsets. Shame on us. And by the time we get to stage 3, we're so ready for those to continue to occur. But the reality is, the best teams in the world will put this much of a gap between themselves and the challengers.
Been so much good cross pressure here for Falcons. Made it hard for Passion to get anything out of it. He did so much damage right there. Just so late on Lacrosse, he had to actually run at the end. It's the most progress, I think, made so far without losing a player. So a good start to something maybe different, but there was no one holding back in lobby. I mean, they've just traded places. As you can see, the CTs have found refuge inside the T lobby, and well, maybe the Ts are hoping that this didn't happen. They could come to this upstairs hit for sure. So this is the natural move for the CTs, but it doesn't mean that they have a better spot. Up here in heaven are all the Ts.
Ooh, pressure on Tesses and Kicksand, fine. Not an issue. Nyx collects a kill, and already we've got CT scrambling up the vent. The op comes back from HUD. Nico's gonna run through into main. That'll open a door for Kvem, but on 12 health and a 1v4, he doesn't believe in the ability, especially with bomb drop back sight. So this is the 8-0 Falcons run.
This one's kind of a shame because they get Evan control, they get the outside lurks, they get across the secret, and then they actually have Falcons think it's lower hit. You had 2 rotate down stairs from the Falcons, and yet it wasn't a lower hit, and they still held because Tassas just 2K from the A-site floor with his AK, and it just makes it look so simple. They just needed to trade that 1 kill. If they trade that 1 kill, the op can't get out of HUD, then it's a little bit more of a scary round, but it starts with trades, right? I mean,
yeah,
we can have some great tactics and strategy and everything like that, but there we had everything but the trades, and you see what happens.
Starts with trades and opening kills, and both of those things have been very elusive.
Yeah, true. I mean, it could have been not even a trade, just get that frag.
Slamming their heads into a brick wall for 8 rounds in a row now, our Passion. Can't help but wonder what sort of long-term effects that'll leave them with. 4 more chances to break through this defense even once, and they're gonna have to do it again with majority on pistols. I mean, poor Halzer's literally working with just the Glock, saving up funds for the big green. Try to put that game plan to work, but it's 3 players strong inside of A. It's a missed Molotov on top of the site silos. You know, on top of all of these shortcomings from Passion already, now we're talking about missed utility. Certainly not gonna make their jobs any easier.
A little bit of a fake. They open the door really quickly down in control, but the bomb's still outside. And with a little vent control, maybe they can come back upstairs.
Just so few nades already, right? JT down to the smoke. He
throws
that for the cross. Nix is going to get caught on the control panel.
Actually, yeah.
They're trying to come down and join him, but he's dead before they can get there. JT tries to linger around towards main. Kixan, he'll watch this until the smoke fades, surely. Kyusuke down in the corner. Holds off, jump, makes it awkward, and Kvem cleans up with the AK. So we've got a little lifeline here for Passion, or so we had. Most of it dropped down now, 18 health left for Kvem. Certainly not ideal.
He's looking for this lurk, but he's on the wrong side. This could be a moment for JT. Let's see if Monacy, he just changed his back.
Had that intuition, the timing to a T. We've seen Kvem late in these rounds make moves, but not with the commitments. And so the vent player comes through, majority alive for the Falcons yet again. 9 rounds of play, 1 bomb plant.
Yeah, 1 bomb plant. It's been a total shutdown. I mean, one idea where I feel they got the space they were looking for and nearly made it an upper hit and then just couldn't get the opening kill. Every other round, just no opening kills. I mean, they're not getting the rotations they're looking for. This one's like a pretty fair fight in a lower. I think Falcons weren't totally convinced to be down here, but they had enough players down here. I mean, really just grasping for anything to give Passion a compliment, but overall it's just been them getting outclassed.
I mean, Passion are averaging 1.2 kills per round.
That'd be nice for one player.
Smokes outer again to try to keep Falcons guessing. Oh, just missed his timing on it, but opens a door for Kvem to peek through.
An opening. Oh, he took that shot too early. Be careful now.
Yeah, just barely did damage to Monacy with that off shot. Leaves him on 76. Fine with that. Halzer trying to get a second chance at it, but maybe Monacy won't walk back into this scope. Comes Kixan from the corner of main, drop, 5v3, best case for Passion, finally. And then the bomb gets thrown down to the dirt, you get Monacy clipped up towards heaven.
There we go.
10 rounds into this T side, a difficult endeavor every single round, and Passion UA will finally find their first.
They just did this group, they traded out every single thing. They got the opening kill, Kvem, and just like that, they get the bomb down, no chance for Kyusuke to come in for this retake, and they're on the board. It's been a rough half overall. This is a great round.
Surely you let him go for this. Show us what you're made of.
I mean, with the amount of money.
You got nothing to lose.
Let's see if you can read all the angles in this pre-fire map right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyusuke. Ready with the flash into the corner. Can't manage. Already held back, and so there we go. Passion, hard fought. No denying that. Hard fought battle of a T side. 10 rounds in, they'll crack through with 1.
There's that first frag punishing the spam back from Nico. Well targeted here. And again, shoulder to shoulder as they entry in the upper side. Just take down everything. Good cover from Halzer too. First one's the hardest.
That's true. That's what they say. And the scales just keep tipping. Nico did kind of invite that last round death outside by trying to spam the edge of the smoke as it was being cleared. Curious to see if Falcons just turtle up for a second. Ensure they secure double digits. Kyosuke towards ramp. First kill's easy. Grim ahead of the pack and no trade from that Opper. m0NESY wins the head-to-head between the ops and makes sure that Nyx goes down with one. JT eats the nade. His job made all the more difficult. Missed opportunity for m0NESY to just simply end this. And the 1v4, a clutch attempt begins.
Well, have at it then, JT. There's enough time to get to any site that you want to. You're sitting in ramp, can't plant there, but it will make it hard for the CTs to pick and stall. I feel like Tess has picked the best spot to hold this, right? Little off angle.
Right above, unprepared and dealt with. So yeah, they do kind of play this one, I think, a little more reserved. Nobody spamming smokes at the start of the round. Nico just tucks into main, doesn't apply any pressure outer, and then the fight comes to them towards the ramp, and once again, not even a bomb plant.
Oh, great for the confidence here for Falcons after what was probably just emotionally difficult to lose, especially the way that they did it, but oh boy. All right, Passion. Let's see if they can grab the second round. The first one was good. It was just a round to go. The buy still strong. Looks like Grim isn't offered up a gun unless there's one on the floor. TC joining in. All three timeouts burned through. So, round 12. Grim will be the only one here who has to take a concession. Looks like Passion want to try to establish outside. Shot's a little bit early on m0NESY. That's going to be him down to 17 HP quickly, but still kicking is a thing. He's bleeding, but he's still alive. We'll flash him back out of this. Look at the damage, it's nice, but we're really looking for a kill. Whoever can get that first. Another chance missed. Will they boost up on red? And here, just be very careful with your presence. Really rooting for Passion to try to find some leverage. Otherwise, this game is going to be a wash, and JT will put one between the eyes of m0NESY. That's clean. Big garage taken, another opening kill. Spam goes back, JT winning again. And that's Nico putting on a clipped answer, but Nyx, he drops one back. A footstep behind Nico, he's going to push outside. He'll avoid Kvem, but Kvem will make sure to keep his wits about him. That one's caught. And now it's just TessS and a chance. Passion could actually pick up their second round like that. It'll have to be the clutch, but it won't be. That'll be a last round for Passion at the end of the half. It's still very one-sided, but maybe a little hope alive for the underdogs.
said at one point in that game, Falcons started pushing out of boredom, and I can't help but feel like towards the tail end of that half, that's where Passion leaked through with a couple of rounds. I mean, they tried their absolute damnedest the entire time, but out of the gate, I feel like Falcons had a lot to prove after that best-of-1 loss versus Bait earlier today. And unfortunately for Passion, they were on the receiving end of the beating that gets us here. Double digits secured by Falcons. Official betting partner odds skewed to their favor, and we can all understand why after watching those first 12 rounds of play.
Yeah, it was a beatdown. At least Passion got the last word. At least they have a CT side to look forward to. But without this next pistol, it's just crumbs.
And crumbs aren't going to keep you from starving down to the 0-2 pool. Dual Berettas from Grim. No kill yet. Tries to double back over towards the squeaky hold, and he's going to go down with nothing. Despite his best efforts, it is man advantage Falcons with an A bomb site under wraps. Flank, sure, in position, but by already stomping, they know JT's in here. They won't know about the second, and that's what's going to catch them off guard. Nick's in with an execution. A Nico 1v2, 37 health from the back of this bomb site. Here's Nick sprinting in, goes back and can't manage.
Nice.
Passion UA not only ending that first half with 2 rounds at the tail end, but a pistol here will be a lifeline.
Definitely, and a big moment for Nix. I mean, especially with the first push coming into Hut. He wasn't prepared totally for the next one, but the reaction made up for it. Both dead, waiting for someone to come through. They're acutely aware of a flank because they heard some footsteps in lobby too, so see a couple of great kills. Actually a trio of them as he finishes the round off. It's the best argument for a P2K right there. Didn't even need the extra bullet. Halzerk will have himself an AUG. But because there was a plant, Falcons buy back too. They'll still be dangerous right now.
Yeah. AK, Galil, Mag-10, double deagles. I certainly wouldn't put all my bet on Passion UA converting this. Halzerk goes for the trusty AUG. He's one of the few.
Get more spam in on that cross, definitely. Maybe break it open. They have Nix downstairs waiting. Be careful in these spots, man.
Could have been his head.
In front. I just remember this conversation. I think it was simple. He was teaching someone how to onboard into Tier 1. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Bit at the time or something like that. But he said there are some spots that you can do that are normally safe. Some jump spots over half wall on Inferno, or B spots on Mirage, where you could be chilling. Ooh, Nico comes out with these peaks. And he just said, versus some players, you can't do those spots anymore because they'll still kill you.
Yep.
Downstairs in secret, that's what I was thinking watching Kioske come into that angle. You got to be even more sharp than normal. Like, there's pros, and then there's a different level of aim that you're going to be exposed to, especially with the Falcons players on the other side.
Yeah, professionals, and then there's demons.
Yeah.
And Falcons, they've got a few of those.
Fired a few demons. Oh, this is a good way to hold for this. Got to be careful.
Shadow Advantage is so easy, man. You can't be walking into that, but the numbers will catch them off guard because it's not just Nix. That AUG on the corner as well takes this to the edge. Passion thought they were punishing one player looking to go clear, maybe because it was so obvious.
A Eagle in heaven.
Jiggling on the ladder.
Okay.
Of course, that's a headshot of all things. And then Nix trying to find his moment to slide up the same position, but now that you've let Kixan get a vision on you, I mean, he can do it twice. He'll go for the main frag. Halzerk's AUG cleans house. And that's going to be pistol plus conversion.
And Nix does his, Kixan does his job there. Or sorry, Nix does his job there from the vent of just drawing the attention to heaven so they can swing out many and end that.
Yeah, this felt so obvious that it was like, oh God, there's nothing here, but good old rope-a-dope. You know, it's always nice to actually see AUG highlights because I think there's a lot of us that aren't sure when you should or should not scope in with it.
Yeah.
And you see him take that first frag unscoped into the heaven one. So, you know, the rest of us, for anybody who's willing to buy that thing, it is nice to learn every once in a while.
We're out there.
You know, it's kind of like...
You definitely don't see it that much. I mean, M4s are good enough for 90% of situations. And apart from if you're supplanting an op that could be outside on Nuke, or playing Icon on Train, or you want to be a second to an op on Mirage, something like that, where a map can use it, then most of the time you don't need to spend the extra couple $100. But Alzerk looked really comfortable with it right there. One damage per hertz here for Nico.
It's nice to see that we got beyond that whole, 1.2 average kill situation Passion we're sitting on for a while. This is still a very bleak situation.
Be careful, man.
Woo. Sign up for that fight a little too long. I wonder if he was scoped this time.
Yeah, I know. I can't help but feel like he fought for so long, where it was just uncomfortable more for him.
I feel like sometimes that's like the false confidence you get with the AUG scope. You're like, oh, at this range, I've got it. But it's Nico with an AK.
You're so exposed as well. It's your whole body versus just him in his head. And obviously, an AUG's a nice equalizer, where an AK has to shoot more just to make up for the inaccuracy, but it's also Nico.
And if you're peeking over the top of the blue box, then it's a little bit more like head angle to head angle. Definitely. But when you take that credit card peek, it's full body.
Swipe that credit card, man. You don't want to be in debt.
Ching. Cash money situation for Falcons. 5v4 into the ramp push. They'll go them. It's a one and done. Monacy hot to the trade. Nico calls out that lobby flank, so the player in the back turns around and his MAC-10 collects the kill. But that push wasn't solo. Nico's got the back turned of Nyx, and so this reopens the A-bomb site. Everybody gonna start crawling back. JT does get found out, and that'll push them back down towards B. Falcons, it's a back and forth scenario that's gonna give them an 11-4 lead, barring a huge JT clutch attempt.
That was a beautiful transition. Maybe.
Kicksan took a bunch of damage from the flank. Monacy on the entry also took some. So JT, every once in a while, pulls out one of these miraculous moments. When push comes to shove for Passion UA, you can bank on this IGL. And right now, trying to find a way to unravel this 3-player host plant. It's going to be a tough go of it. I think he realizes that. There's still some gas in the tank for Passion to make a proper game of this CT side, so you've got to concede the 11th. He never sees the opening. Does he get away with the close? Not even.
Kioske is just like strafing back and forth, knows exactly where he's going to be playing from, even till the very last second, and that gun's actually just sacrificed. It would have been good to take into the next round.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
It's Torji time.
No, that's after this. Few rounds to go before Torji takes to the main stage.
And even this flash right here, it's such nice execution out of Falcons. And like when we saw in the first half when they tried to approach Kioske, who was holding ramp the same way, they just kind of did it with raw duels. They didn't even really do their best to try to turn him away.
Whoa.
This is wild. I love how he's not scared though.
Yeah, you almost wanted to sign up for that. It took him an extra second to realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't. And we'll let the team push down towards ramp, but, well, maybe he should. Tries to lean back instead. Grim's going to execute him with that $500 5-7.
I kind of want to plant open for ramp and trust Kicksan has this. JT, it's going to be a hard clear for him.
There could be a bloodbath down here on the double doors. Tess may have his hands full here. Another 5-7 in play. JT upgraded rifles behind it. JT going down towards ramp's going to start securing more space for the Falcons. Grim will get one, but that's all that he has to stand on. And with a scout in hand, scoping, already offering that information over to the Falcons. You're not even allowed to leave, brother. This is 12 rounds secured by Falcons. Their T-side ripping through what was that pistol start. Unfortunately for Passion here, I think their hopes are up in smoke.
I know, feels that way for sure. 2 rounds, everyone dies, no save whatsoever. And all it took was this one duel. Oh, as Nico saw that spray through the smoke, started to change directions, really triangulated that position so well. And with no saves, this is what we've got. 3 deagles, a scout, and an MP9.
Oh, what? Yeah, you forgot to list that part, Launders. Oh, you forgot to account for that.
Wait, he did that from Squeaky. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful game here from Nico. 23 kills, 8 deaths. One of the talking points back on the desk was like, sometimes we get a slower major out of the likes of Nico. And that's a bit of a burden that he's going to try to rewrite this event.
Yeah, this is a game where you can get your confidence back. And where you
everybody wants to see Nico win a major.
Yeah.
Nobody more so than himself. But I think if you were to ask him, the last thing he wants is to get carried to victory at a major.
Sure.
And so, great showing here in this best of one. taking the opportunity to gain confidence, to bully his opposition. Keep that Kovac name up in the lights. I mean, he probably saw Hunter's performance earlier today and says, I can do one better.
No real ideas here on the CT side. They're just sitting, hoping for a mistake out of Falcons.
Yeah. Monacy point blank dies to the MP9. That's a good upgrade for Grim. Quick move back. He'll find headshots.
Oh.
Grim taking that AK off his first victim and working it. Scout from up above. Here comes Nico. 2 kills into the round. He's got utility to keep the others at bay. And that looming threat of the Scout, as we hit 10 seconds, he still doesn't have bomb possession. He's gonna have to double back for it. This is a dire position for him, and he'll go down to Kvem's Desert Eagle. Big push from Grim into the hut, catching Monacy off guard, robbing his hardware, and putting it to good use.
It's the first massive play we got out of Passion UA this game. It's great to see that it comes out of Grim. It's exactly the way that you would expect to see it too. The MP9 into the upgrade and using their own gun against them. Excellent spray down here.
Round by round.
7 rounds to go.
That's all Passion can do.
Investment still coming through, obviously, out of Falcons. Not sure if it's going to be full AKs, though. They're trying to weld this one together. Yeah, look at that scoreboard out of Nico.
Just don't waste it. It's a sort of star performance that should just guarantee the win. Up versus a Falcons. Passion should not be able to put a dent in their Nuke records. Again, the only team that beats them here is indeed Furia for the entirety of the second half of this year. Confident place for the Falcons to be. Halzerk, first victim. Trying to take that look outside. You know, you don't want to forego all of the map control. You can't just let Falcons walk over top of you to run away with this. And instead, you give them that all-important 5 versus 4 in a round where it's only the 3 AKs.
It's crazy how you just don't get a bullet to miss. Like, Halzerk even throws that HE to soften him up so he can get the spray damage or the headshot. And it's a first bullet kill for Kioske. I think he knows it's going to be as well. No moments of reprieve, and a player to catch these lurks. Nico, will he watch this properly?
Ooh.
Oh, Grim tries to pre-fire, and Nico's not even fully watching.
Caught off guard, man. Nix, he starts
Nix
to run.
has no idea.
Nah, he takes that departure towards the vent. He stomps it, and that's going to feed Kvem to the A bomb site. But Kvem doesn't actually
looking for a lurk outside.
Take a look over top. There it is. Monacy into the back of the bomb site.
Oh, that's a wrap.
And that's Monacy with the bomb as well, surrounded by his teammates. Total lobby control here for Falcons as well. So it looks like Nico's star-studded performance is not going to be wasted. Kixan playing with his food here, draws one of the 2 remaining Passion players towards him. He's just got to let him sit back there. Nick's running around downstairs, has got nothing to do about it, and it'll be Tessas to close. A demanding 10-2 start on this CT side. There were barely any bomb plants for the Passion UA side. And it's safe to say that of these 2 teams, it's Falcons who shouldn't be here. The 0-1 pool wasn't meant for them. Spiraled down after that start versus bait, but a massive recovery. The sorts of recovery in such a convincing win that's going to take the pressure off